sorry if it's loud and you can't hear. Turn up your hearing aids, turn up your phone, do whatever you got to do. Um, Serious question time. And I've asked this question 1,000 times before, but I want to ask it in a serious note this time. There's 5 states now with universal background checks and some form of gun registry. Meaning, if you have a pistol, you must register it with the state. And if you don't, and somebody breaks your house and you shoot them with it, when the cops steal your gun, they're also going to charge you with the crime for not registering the pistol, or the shotgun, or the rifle, whatever it is. We've seen through history repeatedly, even in my lifetime. I'm an 80s baby. I'm an 80 baby. Yep, last of Gen X. How laws spread when they see that one group will allow them to get away with something, they then pass those same restrictions, policies, laws onto other groups, in this case, other states. Shit. So, when? At what point? I mean, is it that you want to stand up and do something, but you don't want to do it for nothing because you think you're alone? Is that the reason why nobody stands up? At least on a mass scale? Is it because, we haven't demanded to be left alone enough yet? So their force and rule is justifiable? Is that what it is? I mean, it's a serious question. Because, I mean, you'd have to be completely retarded. I mean, really retarded. To not see where it's all heading. It's going in one direction. And there's never any give back. They act like there is. Oh my goodness. Breaking news. Huge 6-3 decision. Bullshit. That's not a win. If you're getting what you should already have, if somebody robs me for $100,000 and I get my money back, did I really win? No, I'm still going to lose because I got robbed to begin with. And nothing's going to happen to those people because it's called government. It's legitimized through cognitive dissonance and confirmation bias, and here we are. I mean, personally, and I'm not the only one I know who feels this way. I genuinely don't care. Don't care about what they say. It doesn't affect me. Don't care. And it's not because I don't care, because I do care, because it's going to affect my children. And if they want to have children, it's really going to affect their children. And so on down the line. Hell, it's going to affect your kids. And I have an issue with that. I have an issue with it affecting you. When government creates laws, when we have, as a people, we have the right to abolish or completely change our government how we see fit. Because government works for the people, right? It's supposed to anyway. When your government makes it illegal for you to just talk about doing that thing, that should be enough to wake people up to there being a problem. And if you haven't noticed, anybody that goes against government is a sovereign citizen, dumbest term ever, or a domestic terrorist. I mean, all they're doing is pushing a narrative. That's all they're doing by saying that bullshit. That's it. And it's about time that people wake up to it. And then people need to stand together and demand to be left alone. Demand to quit being robbed, extorted, and not allowed to happen. It will literally just take everybody saying no. That's it. And then doing what, especially all the pro 2A, Second Amendment, patriot, constitutionalists, whatever, law-abiding, whatever you want to call yourself. Them guns they carry to protect themselves and others from criminal acts, to do that very thing. That's all it takes. That's it. It's simple. We're done. We're not playing your game anymore. But it hasn't gone so far that we're beyond that now. I'm kind of the belief that it has gone so far that we're kind of beyond it, and not because we have, but because people are so locked into it, and they keep them locked into it with this political divide bullshit, where it's red team versus blue team, liberals versus conservatives. At least from what I've seen, at least the liberals, the self-proclaimed liberals, at least understand what liberalism means. Conservatives don't even have a clue what conservative means. I've asked hundreds of conservatives what this conservative means. Well, it means I believe in God, in the Constitution, and rights, and freedoms. Do you vote? Yeah, I just voted for my sheriffs. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that's the solution. It's for everybody to just quit playing the game. Do all you can to get yourself away from the game. And there'll be sacrifices, and there'll be shit that you can't do because of it. If you want a can, you're either going to have to go produce one yourself and face 10 years in prison, which I don't know why you would allow yourself to be kidnapped for doing something that you have every right to do. And that's what makes the least amount of sense to me. I've allowed myself to be kidnapped a bunch of times. 30 plus probably. I think it was 27. I don't know. I forget that. It was a lot. Until I realized there was no legitimacy to what they were doing at all. And I will never allow myself to be kidnapped again. Period. End of story. You'll have to kill me. And I don't care how small it is. You're going to have to kill me. Just on the principle of that, I would not let anybody else kidnap me. So why am I going to let you? Because you call it law. You believe in it. We need to get back to a minimal government. Minimal, and then is the government even a good idea at this point? Since we know where it leads. They tried the Articles of Confederation, which the only problem being, well, there's two sides to this. The only problem being either A, that, there was no good way to defend the country with the Articles of Confederation because states weren't working together as one. And B, there was nobody there was not a mediator between the states. And that's literally all the federal government is supposed to be. It's, our government is supposed to protect our rights and all face outwardly. The local cops, the local government should not have turned in on you or it robs you every step of the way, or robs you because you are productive and you own land, or robs you because you don't want to wear a seatbelt, which I suggest you do. Going out windshields does not feel good. Pro tip. I don't know. Every day I wake up to it, and every day I'm a little bit more burnt out than I was the day before. Every day. But the solution is not a singular solution. It is, but it's not a singular solution and one that I can solve on my own. I think that I think we're fucked. Personally, I won't be around to see it. I'll be killed before then. I'm surprised I haven't been already. In all honesty, I had a bet. I lost the bet though. That I wouldn't make it another year with the shit I was saying at the time and the shit I was doing. Because I was pretty what's the word? I was pretty I really didn't care. You know, today I'm a little more caring with what I do, what I say, what I show. There was a time where I didn't give a fuck. It didn't matter to me. And now that there's no what should solidify that there's no legitimacy in the government is what the Supreme Court did yesterday. They went against one of their own rulings that they just made a few months ago. So it's wishy-washy. And why do they do that? Because in their mind, they believe that government can take a right. And I'll stand beside anybody and fight for your rights. Everybody has the right to keep bear arms. Period. There's no exceptions. There's no, well, if we fill out this magical paper, then we take away. No, they don't work. And all that does is, the people like to use the phrase, they're taking our rights. No, they're not taking your rights. They're instilling fear in you so that you then choose to not exercise your rights, which is what has to stop. Everybody needs to throw a finger up to them and say, we're going to live our lives how we choose. We're going to exercise our rights as we wish. You can suck our dick. And if you don't like the fact that everybody here is exercising our rights and you don't want to leave us alone, you are going to have to kill all of us, which they will really have no problem doing. However, there will come a point in time where people will stop getting in line to do the bidding of the government. And the pin pushers ain't going to do it themselves. They're not going to be the ones who want war are not the first ones to raise their hand to be on the front lines. I don't know. But you need to know I know I have a defined line. And they're already up to it and close to it. When it comes to society, they've already crossed it, and that's why I am the way I am. But I have a line, and if you know me, you know where that line's at. And I've said, if this happens, at that moment, I'm fighting, because at that moment, there's no chance that the only two things that can happen at that moment is getting kidnapped or dying. And I've already said that I will die before I'm kidnapped. Now, with that said, they can't catch you slipping. And they will. They have all the time in the world to sit around and play on their little doodads and learn everything there is to know about you. Just like they know what time I get up and go to work every morning. They know where I'm at right now because of where my cell phone's picking. They can map out my house and know where I sleep due to how many hours my phone sits still in a certain spot. Or when I take a shit versus when I take a piss. Where the bathroom's at. When I'm in the shower. Just based on average calculations. And then where my phone's at within the home. They can now get warrants to turn your mic and camera on your phone without your knowledge. So be careful what you talk about. When you go somewhere and you don't want people to know where you're at, leave your phone behind. If you want to have a conversation with Joe Blow, take the phone, go put it in the house or go put it in the car, far away from you. make sure they do the same. Maybe it's a lost cause. I don't know. I see no need for something that does nothing but steals from me, bullies me, pushes me around, bothers me, does the same to others, which is more important than it doing it to me. However, what's the fix? I'll stand up. I've said it 100 times before. I'll be number one if 99 people were standing behind me. And at that moment, those 99 people have two options: to move forward or to lay down. And I will take my chances being first in line that the majority of that 99 will not lay down at that point. But then again, a lot of people, it's going to have to affect them, like right now, personally, in real life, for them to care enough to stand up or do anything. And it's unfortunate. That's where we're at as humans. But that's the way most of the humans are. So, I don't know. Stay safe. Have a good day. Stay away from police, since you're 5 times more likely to die from a gunshot wound, or at least be shot when the police are around. There's nothing in your life where you need the police to be involved. It is not the solution to any problem. I know as a society, that's their fix to everything, call the police. Don't let it be your fix. Fix your problems.